Man, what's going on? What's the word? What's the word? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all come on in here right now expeditiously. Excuse me. I'm burping as soon as we get on the live stream. How rude. What's happening, y'all? What's happening, man? So, what was it? Early this morning, I posted a video about Chris Brown and my belief that black women, black women don't hold Chris Brown accountable. And I specifically said in the title that black women don't hold Chris Brown accountable. And there were people who agreed with me, and then there were people who were like, why do you say black women? Black men don't hold him accountable either, etc. And I mean, what's going on, bro? What's the word? And I want to explain why I specifically said black women don't hold Chris Brown accountable in that video. But I want to wait for a few of y'all to come on in here. What's up, y'all? It's all love, man. What's happening? What's happening? Is it light skin privilege? Uh, Maybe so. Maybe is it just light skin or they just like Chris? It might be that they just like Chris so much that like he is above reproach. Yeah, R. Kelly too, right? I'm finna say. Cause yeah, they love Chris. You're right, they love Chris so much. Black Maul telling the truth. Robert Kelly the same way. So I don't know if it's not light skin privilege or they just specifically love these certain entertainers and celebrities that they let them get away with every single thing. Um, so I'm gonna let a few more of y'all come on in here. Clara's Revival. What's going on? I'm gonna let a few more of y'all get on up in here. Can y'all see me clearly? Because it's like the daytime and it's like the curtains I got kind of, I feel like it's kind of playing with the lighting a little bit. You know what I mean? But can y'all see me? And can y'all hear me? Clear. Okay, cool, cool. So, said the rain is gone. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling, man? I hope everybody doing well too. I'm gonna let a few more minutes go past. I'm gonna say 2, 3 more minutes, and then I'm gonna get into the topic. Um, but yeah, I made the video after Chris Brown. He's having a breezy bowl, like his tour of concerts, and his fans have made several TikToks expressing how the statue that Chris Brown has on stage, the blow up statue, whatever the blow up, whatever the thing is, inflatable thing, like it's obstructing the view of a lot of fans, right? The fans were saying that it's obstructing their view. Chris Brown took to social media. First, he started off real good. You know, I love y'all. I see y'all concerns. Then he said, but please be humble. Please be humble. Other than that, please be humble. Because I was about to turn into Briss Brown on y'all for a second. He was about to turn into the blood version, the Pyru version of Chris Brown. He telling y'all, please be humble. And I'm like, Chris, what are you talking about? These people are spending their hard-earned money in an inflated economy. They're spending a hard-earned money to see you. And you telling them, please be humble, brother. They don't want to have this what you call it, this inflatable, this big statue thing, all in their way to where they cannot see you after they've paid $200-300, some $600-700 to come see you. Nobody want to have no, like, and don't respond to your fans in a passive aggressive manner as if you want to whoop their ass. And I said, this is why, as talented as Chris Brown is, he will never reach Michael Jackson status. You would never hear Michael Jackson being passive aggressive towards fans like that, knowing they spending a hard-earned money to come watch him. Not to the fans, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's been times where fans have talked about a stage obstructing Chris's view. I mean, fans have talked about a stage obstructing their view at a Chris Brown concert, and Chris told the girl, "Stop being a lame and pay for better tickets." Bro, what? What? You feel me? What, fam? You gonna tell this young girl that's a humongous fan of yours, and she was politely saying it. He told her stop being a lame and purchase better tickets. Dog, you don't get the hell up out of here. Again, this is things that Michael Jackson would never do. He understood that these are the people who line his pockets up with money. So if a fan has a critique about like not being able to see you at a show, man, let me fix it so they can be able to see me clearly at every angle in the stadium. Every angle. Because they already paying like my man Black Mall just said, man, it's people at Walmart saving up as much as they can to come see him. People that's not even making a little, like making what, $15 an hour, $16 an hour, trying to save up whatever they can to come see Chris. And Chris ready to whoop y'all ass forever, questioning for even having a criticism of the thing being in the way. That's a problem. And so when I said Black women don't hold Chris Brown accountable, I said specifically Black women because Black women is Chris Brown's demographic. Let's be for real. Like we not his demographic. Like we're not. So I'm not trying to like, oh, this is another opportunity to bash Black women. I'm stuttering, excuse me. I'm not trying to take an angle to bash Black women. Literally, Black women, they're Chris Brown's demographic. That is his fan base. They're the Black women keep him rich and famous for real. They come out in droves for him. So that's why I said Black women, not as a way to try to denigrate Black women, like no, or try to point the finger at them. No, literally, Black women are Chris's fan base, right? So when I say that, hold on. Didn't watch the previous video, but came to co-sign your opinion. Black women paid top dollar to get pics of Chris Brown. That's what I'm saying, Dahlia. That's what I'm saying, Dahlia. Chris in here, he is passive aggressive towards fans who pay $1,000 to see him perform. I'm not to see him perform, to come take a picture with him backstage. They like Black women paying $1,000 to take a picture with him backstage. And you're getting passive aggressive with them about them not being able to see you. That is crazy to me. But he gets away with it and gets away with talking to the fans, his fans any type of way. Because, oh my God, it's Chris Brown. We love him. And when I've criticized Chris Brown, I've done it on my Facebook, on my Instagram, on my Twitter, and every time I do it, Black women feel like it's their job to protect Chris. Like it is their job to protect him at every angle. I could point out I could make a point like, this dude is wild. He doing y'all dirty. And Black women will come out in droves to protect him. And I'm like, yo, and that's why I said Black women have to hold him accountable, because he acts like this because he knows that the Black women that support him are going to support him no matter what he does. No matter what he does, he knows they're going to come out for him. He could say the most outlandish shit ever, and they're going to still give him their money and come see him, no matter what, right? Because I've had a problem with a lot of things Chris has done over the years. I remember there was an impersonator of Chris Brown, right? And the guy was getting tattoos like Chris, getting his hair cut like Chris, etc. Now, is the act of being an impersonator, is it weird? Yes, it is, right? But when Chris saw this dude, Chris was telling him he missing a few chromosomes, and Chris telling him he'll slap the shit out of him when he see him. All type of crazy stuff, because he's an impersonator of Chris. Now, again, yes, impersonating somebody is weird, But what's with all the hostility for? Telling him he missing chromosomes, all type of like it's people that probably real people who are on the spectrum, who have Down syndrome, who love Chris Brown, and he's saying stuff like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, um, when he said that, I said, wow, this is again what separates him from Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had the most impersonators I have ever seen. Outside of Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson has the most impersonators, like impersonators. I'm sorry, I said impersonators. He has the most impersonators I've ever seen in my life. And Mike ain't never said nothing like that about his impersonators publicly. He's never tried to act like he finna whoop them and beat them up and talk he never tried to denigrate them. I'm sorry. I've never seen Michael Jackson denigrate his impersonators publicly. But Chris goes and does that. And it's all good because you got to understand, y'all. Chris he just get frustrated and he just works so hard. This is what his fan base, these are the excuses they come with, right? Now, fast forward. Right, Chris, imitation is the highest form of flattery. It comes with superstardom. When you're a superstar, people are going to impersonate you. It comes with the territory. Michael Jackson understands that. Beyonce understands that, right? Beyonce understands this, and they accept it. But with Chris, he gotta fly off the handle at every time. Like, bro, what is wrong with you, bro? Do you need a hug? Do you need a hug or something? It's crazy. Then I will never forget this. But this aggravated me. It's aggravating me. Every person Chris saw Carucci with after he wasn't with Carucci anymore, he attacked them. Going at Tyson Beckford, because Tyson Beckford simply took a picture with Carucci. The man told Tyson Beckford, I'll F your baby mama and whoop your child like he mine. Did he say beat your child or whoop your child like he mine? Either way, that's fighting. Like that's disrespectful. That's fighting words. You gonna put your hands on my child like he mine, Chris? I wish you would, fam. Like if I'm Tyson Beckford, and he only did that because he thought Tyson it was soft. He thought Tyson just a regular pretty boy model. Tyson Beckford is, from what I heard, he's running with that Jamaican shower posse in New York. You feel? And Tyson Beckford definitely be at the gun range quite often. But anyway, yeah. And when Tyson Beckford responded to him and said, I'm at the gun range or something like that, Chris Brown piped down, you know? But all that, like every time he sees somebody with Carucci, he ready to lose his mind and talk crazy. I remember when Carucci started, Chris Brown said all of that. Man, Jalen, you got the same name as my homie from college. You got the same name as my homie from college, Jalen. But anyway, so when when Carucci started dating Victor Cruz, former football player for the New York Football Giants, receiver, Chris Brown is all under Victor Cruz's Instagram page, talking about how Carucci need to teach him how to dress. He looking like a bum. I can show him how to dress. All this stuff Chris doing under his page on Instagram, crashing out, losing his mind, right? And I'm like, why is he doing that? It's so clowned out, right? And any other person who would do that, they would get chastised like, yo, this is corny. But with Chris, when he do it, all his fans make him an excuse. You got to understand, Chris really loved that girl. He was in love with her. Man, tell his ass to calm down, bro. Tell him to go sit that goof shit down in the corner, bro. What is he doing? Right? So Kirby Sage, now she dating Deion Sanders. Chris put out something. He said certain stuff pisses me off to this day. But he's not going to go at Deion because Black America loves Deion Sanders. And if he goes at Deion Sanders, he knows people going to go off on him. Because see, especially black folks love Deion. But boy, a black woman 45 and up love them some Deion Sanders now. You gonna have to, you face that rap for them black women 45 and up, oh, it's gonna be hell to pay, you know? So, yeah, so he not gonna go at Deion like that. But let's just say if it was little old me or little old y'all dating Carucci, oh, he ready to go in on us. He would be talking all type of blood talk, all type of crazy blood type talking, all that to us just because you with Carucci, right? Then I said this, right? Do y'all remember for how y'all, for as long as y'all been growing up, women have always said it was corny for a man to reveal who he had sex with if he had sex with this woman in privacy or secrecy, right? If a man ever came out and revealed, I slept with this girl, I slept with that girl, all women would universally say, that dude is a cornball, he's a clown. That's why you shouldn't give lame N-words no vagina, right? That's why you shouldn't give no vagina to no lames. When Chris was in the middle of the battle with Quavo, Chris Brown revealed he slept with Sweetie in the middle of the battle. And all the girls let it ride. They shouldn't have never came for Chris. Don't come at Chris if you don't want Chris. If Chris don't send for you, all that goof ass shit, man. Hey, fam, why he ain't corny? Because if Bow Wow would have revealed he slept with Sweetie in a battle, all girls would universally say he's a cornball. He's a cornball. If Bow Wow came out and said, I slept with Sweetie, that's why I slept with Sweetie on a song, everybody would be like, pack Bow Wow up. We got to get him up out of here. His ass better go. He a cornball. He corny. And everybody would agree. But when Chris Brown do it, oh, it's an excuse for it. They should have never messed with Chris. What? What are we talking about, bro? And so when I say these things, like all this stuff Chris be doing, Chris be wilding. Chris got restraining orders against him. Rihanna had one. Carucci had one. All this crazy. I've heard that he's threatened to unalive Carucci before. All this crazy stuff, and everybody just let it ride. Everybody just all his women fan base, they all forgive him. He could do no wrong to them. Chris could come out and say some of the most like disrespectful stuff. And his black woman fan base will say, no Chris Brown slander will be tolerated. They will all come around. No Chris Brown slander will be tolerated. And I have to remind my black women this. You can love Chris's music. You can be a fan. Residuals is a fire track. It's a fire song. Now, Deion Sanders getting them residuals right now, though. Primetime getting them residuals right now. But anyway, Residuals is a fire song. It really is. I want to remind y'all this. When you feel like it's your job to protect Chris Brown, Chris ain't going to protect y'all. Matter of fact, Chris not going to freak y'all with a 10-foot pole. Chris, I'm telling you, Chris he not looking in a black woman direction unless she mixed with Asian. Unless she's racially ambiguous, he's not looking at a black woman. She got to be mixed with Asian, or she got to be another ethnicity. He not breathing in that direction. Like I said in my video, if a black woman on fire and Chris got a bucket of water, he gonna ask if you Asian, if you mix with Asian first before he throw the bucket of water on your. That's not funny, but for real, he'll be like, "You Asian? You Asian? You mix with Asian? You Asian? Asian? Mixed? 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 Biracial? 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 Mixed? Okay, now I throw the water on you. If you're not, Chris gonna drink the damn water. If you ain't mixed with that, mix. If you're not mixed, he gonna drink that water. He ain't gonna throw it on you. He ain't gonna throw that water on you. You ain't mixed. Asian? Mixed with Asian? If you're not, it ain't happening. And I'm not, y'all know I ain't lying. It's not supposed to be funny. It's not, but you know, I'm a clown, I'm a fool. So I be acting a nut. Yeah, Chris, he gonna see that. And honestly, and I be trying to, I promise you, I be saying it. You see, you know I'm not lying. Chris ain't had a baby with a black woman yet. Yet, right? Not one. Not one. Now, granted, Jamie Foxx don't have no babies with black women either. But with Jamie, I've never seen Jamie be out here harassing, like being passive aggressive towards fans, having an abuser label on him. I ain't never seen him have no restraining orders against him. And Jamie still is black coded. Even though he like white women, he black coded. So it doesn't feel like it don't feel it doesn't feel a certain way with Jamie as it feel with Chris. It doesn't feel a certain way with Jamie the way it feel with Chris. Like it don't. Hey, no. My man Dark say, wonder what Stevie Knight and Hodge twins think of that new whites only town in the South. They got a whites only town in the South, and I appreciate the donation, brother. 100%. I didn't know they had. Where is that in the South? Where, bro? Where that said? So I can not go to that moment. So I can stay clear, cause yeah, it sounds like the Confederate flag is flying around. Soon as you come through the town, it's right there at the entry of the townway. And the Klan is in there too. Arkansas. Oh, you know, I went to grad school in Arkansas. Is it Harrison? Because Harrison, Arkansas, that's racist like a mob. The Klan is in Harrison, Arkansas. Literally. Literally. Now, I wasn't nowhere near Harrison, but you know, I heard of Harrison from people down there. I went to grad school at Arkansas State in Jonesboro, Arkansas. So, yeah, man. Hey, Kid Carr say, I think all them Cali dudes be like that too. Listen, you not a lot of them be like that, Kid Carr. They all like mixed girls out that mud. Cause I got homies from California, and a lot of them, I ain't gonna say all of them, but a lot of them like girls that's mixed. They prefer a mixed girl. And that's because out there they all be living amongst each other, I guess, and I don't whatever. But yeah, I know Chris, you black? You can't be no 100% black and he rocking with you. Hell no. Chris gonna say, you coming there black? Oh no. He gonna say, hey, I don't see no other ethnicity in you. You got to go. Hit the door. Hit the damn door. That's what you gonna say. You come up in there, you ain't got that The Rock thing going on. You know The Rock. You can see the black up in him, but you see a lot of other stuff up in him too. If you ain't got that going on, he ain't rocking with you. He ain't rocking with you. But anyway, yeah, there's nothing wrong with. Let me make this clear. There's nothing wrong with a mixed black woman. It's not. I'm not denigrating anybody that dates a mixed black woman. I'm not at all. Because there's some fine women that's mixed and black, that's mixed black women that's fine as hell. And I went to school with some of them, for real, right? So I'm not gonna sit in here and say I wouldn't have dated them, or I wouldn't date them, because I would be lying if I told y'all that, right? I would be lying if I told y'all that. What I'm saying is, Chris only gonna date you. He's only gonna date you if you black. He only gonna date you if you mixed. He's only gonna date you if you are mixed. That's it. Seriously, Rihanna is the closest thing he didn't. And somebody told me Rihanna, the father, isn't black. I don't know how true that is. She from Barbados, but yeah. Hey y'all, yeah, hit that like button too. I thought Chris 100% black. I thought Chris 100%. He just light skinned, from what I know. Just light skinned. Her father is mixed race. Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah, so it's no issue if you dating a mixed woman. I'm not mad because you dating a mixed woman. It's the thing that Chris only gonna date you if you mixed. And honestly, his baby mamas, they don't even think they mixed. I think they all just they are of another ethnicity from what or maybe they are mixed, but they probably got that 13% black thing going on, 15% black thing going on. You feel me? Yeah. But Chris does a lot of things. And so he does a lot of things that he should be held accountable for. And the reason why I said black women is because black women, they make up his fan base. Black women are the ones that going to go come to his concerts and have the arena sold out. Truthfully, let's be real. Black women saved him when he got into that Rihanna situation initially. Cause that whole not Michael Jackson, yeah, his chance of being Michael Jackson was over with after that situation happened with Rihanna. And mainstream was done with him when that Rihanna situation happened. And black folks, but black women was the ones riding for him. And I'm not faulting black women for riding for him, like or supporting his music. Why is it like a gnat flying around in here? I'm not faulting black women for listening to the music. He's had some really great songs over the year, great music, and he's outstanding performer. He's an outstanding performer. What I'm saying is he owe it to y'all black women. He owe his career and like his resurgence to y'all. To y'all. But he telling y'all to be humble. When you talking about not being able to see at his concerts, he telling y'all y'all better be humble. He wanted to say or else. Like what? Ain't no be humble, dog. Be humble, fam. No, that ain't gonna cut it. Listen to your fans. They already being humble, paying $1,000 to take pictures with you backstage. Personally, I would never do nothing like that. Now, people get to do whatever they want to do with their own money. They work hard for their money. Because I probably would spend money on stuff that I'll pay for a video game. Most people wouldn't pay certain money I would pay for a video game or whatever. So whatever, right? I'm just not paying $1,000 for a picture. I'm not, but some people are, and some people have it. Some people really don't have it, and they're really willing to do that. That's them being humble already, right there, Chris. Paying $1,000 for a picture. That's them being humble. So all that, cut it out. I just couldn't imagine telling somebody that's spending their money on me to be humble about them not being able to see you. They just really are excited to see you, and that's what you're gonna say. SL say, and my bad, y'all. I ain't been reading the comments. I think there's a lot of self-rooted disdain as well. Chris himself, SL says, I think there's a lot of self-rooted disdain as well. Chris himself seems to have an identity crisis, almost the same way Drake does. He just doesn't get called out for it, in my opinion. Well, and I don't. Is it an identity crisis in the same way? Possibly so. And I get what you're saying with the street appeal, the street angle. Chris, and I heard Kevin McCall say this, and Kevin McCall is loony himself. He's loony himself, but Kevin McCall say Chris want to be a part of something so bad. Says that street angle hair. He want to be a part of something so bad. That's why he became a member of the Pyrus. Because he just want to be a part of something. And so for the life of me, I just don't understand him becoming a gang member at 20-some years in his early 20s. When you already are rich and famous, when you already are a mega star, when you already, why you can have your pick of the litter with women. Why would you do that? I don't get it. But I do understand that if you're a guy who seeks validation if you're a guy that seeks the validation of street dudes, if you seek the validation of what's the word I'm looking for? Of simple-minded women, because simple-minded women think street dudes, they have a thing for street dudes. They think being tough and being street is like the thing to do. And I'm like, Chris, you don't have to do none of that. You got money. But yeah, he wanted to be a part of that super bad. And so he attached himself to that. And again, I don't understand that because gangs, Chris be getting extorted. I remember it was a video with Big U sitting with Chris Brown. Big U a Crip. Big U say Chris Brown just donated all these shoes to the kids, and he gonna donate some more shoes too. Another 50. What he say? He gonna donate another $1,000 worth of, not 1,000. It might have been like $10,000. Another $10,000 worth of shoes too. And Chris looking like, what? I gotta donate some more? What? What? And I'm like, yeah. And when you sit down and you want to be a part of that street life and you want to have that type of you want to have it was 500 pairs. He's gonna donate another 500 pairs of shoes too. Another 500 pairs. Chris sitting in there like, I gotta do that again? What? What? Yeah. When you want to attach yourself to street shit and you want to have street affiliations, it come with a price. They're gonna extort you, brother. They're gonna get they're gonna grab you by the ankles and shake the paper about you to get what they want. Cause you want what they got. You want to be in a gang and you want to be walking around with street credibility. Oh, they're gonna make you pay for that. So yeah. Oh, look, 500 pair of shoes. Yes, he already donated 500 pair. And then Big U say, and he gonna donate another 500 pair, another 500 pair of shoes. And Chris was sitting there like, what? Yeah, it costs the politic in that world, man. And Chris, I'm sure Chris didn't have to bail dudes out of jail. He didn't have to pay dudes rent. I'm sure Chris didn't have to do all of that to maintain his status as a Pyru. He didn't have to, I'm sure he didn't have to pay dudes kids tuitions, all of that, in order to keep that stamp of approval. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Hold on. And T Dominique, the only reason I brought it up, T Dominique, is again on a live stream is because I saw some women really kind of like asking why I didn't say black men don't hold Chris Brown accountable as well. And y'all know I have no problem with calling out black men on this channel. I've done it several times. I've called them out several times for certain support of certain individuals, etc., certain things that, you know, is acceptable or deemed as cool in our communities. And I call black men out consistently for things that I feel like is BS in our community, right? But the reason why I specifically said black women don't hold Chris Brown accountable because Chris's fan base, and I said that, you know, I've said it a few times in his video, in his live stream, Chris's fan base is primarily made up of black women. That's his biggest supporters. That is who, whenever I have a criticism of Chris, that is who comes up his rescue for the most part. For the most part. There have been black men too, but for the most part, it's been black women like, hey, leave Chris Brown alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. You know? Yeah. And look, I'm not mad at anybody that listen to Chris music. Cause like I said, Residuals is a fire song. That joint fire. That's probably like the best Chris Brown song I've liked in the recent years. Like, cause I'm Chris has some songs every now and then that I really like, right? And some that I could do without. I'm like, it's cool. But Residuals, I really like the Residual song. With You was one of my favorite Chris Brown songs. What's that joint? She Ain't You. I used to love that song. That joint was fire. That is a real talk. No one cares about domestic violence, whether it happens to men or women. We don't take it seriously unless it's a kid or someone dies. Look how we joke about Ike and Tina. And that's true. Somebody commented and said Ike and Tina was always but a joke, because I said I never seen women make domestic violence jokes until it was Chris and Rihanna. And that's very true. I contend it was always a subject of jokes for people. But as time went on and we became a more politically correct society, and we started to correct, not even just politically correct, we started to realize the error in our ways and certain jokes, etc. After that, after we came to realize certain things weren't cool, Chris was at that point, Chris was the only one that was still really, really like, I saw women for real letting them jokes fly about Chris and Rihanna just got into a fight and Chris won the fight. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, all of us we knew better for the most part. Like, yo, we shouldn't be joking about domestic violence. That ain't cool. But for somehow, Chris kept slipping through the cracks. Jokes about him and Rihanna kept slipping through the cracks. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's the issue. Like, and it was from black women making them jokes. And black women I went to school with, who I know are educated, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? What do Chris Brown got on y'all that y'all can't shake this man? What is it about him that, like, he can get y'all will make these domestic violence jokes to, like, protect him, but with anybody else, it's an issue. You know? I always bring up Bow Wow as my litmus test. That's my, because people love calling Bow Wow corny. They love calling Bow Wow corny. And I'll be like, man, if Bow Wow would have done that, I mean, people wouldn't be making, I wouldn't see black women making them jokes, deep domestic violence jokes like that in favor of Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? So that is the thing. He's a talented individual. He could dance, he could sing, etc. But he don't get held accountable for nothing by his fan base. And that's the issue. That is the issue. The same way Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. And I've got on black men for how they try to absolve Curtis of everything he does. You feel me? Like, again, I like the Power TV shows, all of that. But the way 50 be acting is clowned out. It's corny. It's lame. And I call him out on it. Even with the whole trying to get Big Meech and Lil Meech to turn against Big Meech, to turn against his own father. And I saw black men advocating for Lil Meech to take the side of 50 Cent versus his own father. And I was like, hey, man, get the fuck up out of here. You know what I mean? So, because ain't no way you could ever get me to turn against my father for another dude. Especially like when this dude is trying to sully my father's reputation. All because my father took a picture with a dude he don't like. You know what I'm saying? What I learned from the women to Kate for Chris, Puffy, Tori, etc., is they hate either really, really pretty, exotic looking women or they are all male identified. It said the baby was able to get away with this too. Hey, so look, SL, I don't know if you've been around for a while. I think you have. You've been around for a while. Now, I know you've been around for a while. I don't know if you were around back in 2019, 2020, when I was calling the baby out for things he was doing before he ultimately got that big cancellation. Because I saw the trajectory he was on. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I can kind of see when somebody is like headed towards self-destruction. I saw when John Morant was acting a fool. I called that out like 8 months prior to him getting in trouble. Maybe 8 or 9 months prior to. The baby, I called him out like a year and a half before he got his cancellation. Because I saw where he was going. And I saw how he was conducting himself. I said his ego was way too big. He's very obnoxious. And it's going to backfire. He walking around trying to be the toughest dude in every room. And when men walk around trying to be the toughest guy in a room, nothing but trouble comes your way. Whether it be legal trouble, whether it be trouble with PR, public relations, whether it be trouble with another man committing violence against you and putting your life in harm's way, or whether it be you going to jail. But I was like, I saw how he was conducting himself, the baby, and I said, oh yeah, he finna be in trouble in a little minute. I could tell how he was conducting himself. You know what I mean? And so like I knew, I'm like, yeah, he just wilding out. He ready to swing on everybody. His image was built upon unaliving a dude in Walmart. Now he could rap, but his whole image and persona was built around him unaliving a man in Walmart. And when that your image is built around that, he wanted to keep up that reputation. And so you started see him acting real. What is that? He had no uncouth. He didn't have couth in anything he was doing. And I say, yeah, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. So, and let me just make myself clear too. I'm never gonna sit here and act like I'm the perfect individual with things. I ain't never put my hands on a woman. I ain't never had no restraining orders against me by no women or nothing like that. And the women I've dated, they will tell you I'm not a aggressive spirited person at all. Now, have I done some things wrong in like the dating scene or what, like in the dating women or whatever? Yeah, I started being selfish in certain aspects as it pertains to like dating and certain things like that. So I'm never gonna act like I'm just the ultimate perfect guy, because no, I'm flawed in ways too. But I have no problem with admitting those flaws. And well, now I don't. Previously, younger me, I did. Now I don't. But my thing is like if I was to be doing the stuff that Chris be doing if I was an artist, they would get on me. I wouldn't be getting off the hook for that, man. I wouldn't be getting off the hook for that. What Kid Car say? Kid Car said, what's my dog say? He say, it was some women that was happy he treated Danny Lay like that because she was mixed and he used to fling with B Simone. It was a narrative that he left her for a mixed girl. Oh yeah. But from my understanding, Kid Car, I heard, and I don't know how true this is, that it was some other women that was saying that Danny Lay was acting. I don't know if she said something like he loved his pretty light skin, and they looked at that as like colorism, like, oh, because he left the mother of his daughter, Mimi, a dark skinned woman, for her. And they thought that was Danny Lay trying to signal or act like he gonna treat her better because she light skinned. And that's how it was interpreted. I don't know exactly how that was because I didn't really look into it in depthly, but yeah. Uh, Chris Brown has a much more appealing image, light skin, taller, more European features. The baby didn't have any of that. His margin of error had to be significantly smaller than Chris to stay. Let me see. To stay. Okay, I got you. She did, but I'm never going to take her for a dude doing any woman the way he right, and that's true. T Dominique. He said Dominique. T Dominique said Danny Lee. She did say those things, but I'm never going to take her for a dude doing any woman the way he did her. And that's fact. Okay, that's true. That's true for sure. Sure, and I respect that 100%. I respect that 100%. Um. What y'all? I'm trying to see what else y'all was saying up here in here. But yeah, man. He said, Dahlia D said it wasn't just the light skin comment. Danny also had a song where she was effectively celebrating being light skinned. Then got hurt because their daughter looks full black and brown. I never even knew that she had a song celebrating being light skinned. Y'all be putting me on game on stuff because I had no clue about the song, man. Y'all just put me on game about that. He said we know why they let he said we know why they let Chris slide. Man. Um, yeah. And so I'm like, let me get on here and talk about it. Cause they gonna be up in here talking about they gonna look like are you trying to finger point at black women? Are you trying to finger point at black women when you say black women they don't hold Chris Brown accountable? I'm like, y'all his fan base, bro. Like black men is not Chris Brown's main demographic. Like in my friend group is not representative of all black men. Let me be very clear about that. But I have a lot of concert going friends, like a lot. Like my homies go to concerts, like a mug, like a mug. They go to concerts all the time. I've never seen them say, "I'm going to a Chris Brown concert," unless a black woman was accompanying them. Unless a black woman was going with them. For real. I've never heard none of my homies say we going to the Chris Brown concert solo. They was always going. If they went, it was because they was taking a girlfriend who was a black woman. Now, all these other concerts they go to, they going there by themselves. They was going to go see Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole on their own. On their own. With Chris, they going because they girlfriend, they wife, you know, they cousin, they sister, them wanted to go see Chris. I think all women let him slide, but the ones in the comments defending him is usually black women. Yeah, yeah. Because I think black women make up the majority of his fan base, though. It's all a lot. He got a lot of women. He got Hispanic women, fan base, all of that. But black women, though, that's his bread and butter. That's his bread and butter. Black women are the ones who came and again helped to revive his career when he got in trouble. Actually, that In My Zone mixtape was fire. Don't you be on no bullshit, yeah, yeah. Don't you be on that bullshit, yeah. Hey, all night we can do it. That was my little joint. No BS was fire. I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, he had a song with Tyga on that Fan of a Fan mixtape. Not like a version. He had a song called G Shit. It really don't matter to me. I'm loving all these girls, all these girls. Hey, that was hard. That was a hard. That was tough. That was a tough song. Now, T Dominique made a great point. She say, I feel black people as a whole defend problematic people in our community on the regular, and we need to stop. I want us to call everyone out. Dr. Dre, Trey Songz, etc. That is very true. And when I was having my conversations about R. Kelly, because R. Kelly has some great music that is just timeless. He's still the king of R&B, right? And when I was talking about, because two things could be true. He can be an amazing artist and still have done some disgusting, creep, nasty things. And what I would see was that people had a hard time. They had a hard time holding R. Kelly accountable. And it was due to like, we be feeling like we got to protect every black, especially, everybody that's black, but black men in particular. We got to protect every black man because of historically what has happened to black folks and black men throughout history. But a lot of these dudes are doing things, they bringing a lot of this stuff on themselves. Okay. Trey Songz now. Dr. Dre, Trey Songz, um, uh, Robert Sylvester Kelly, they bringing it on their own self. Okay. And I feel like we had more onus to call out R. Kelly liking young girls because he was doing this to young black girls, and as a father of a young black girl myself, it's no way I was ever gonna make excuses for him being on tape with a 15-year-old girl. My daughter is 14 right now. My daughter 14 years old. You hear me? Ain't no way. No way I'm ever going to make excuses for R. Kelly being on tape with a 15-year-old. There's no way, bro. You hear me? So, yeah. Same with Trey Songz. Uh, uh, cause Trey done been having stuff going on with him for a while. And said these other generations love blaming fast little girls because that was their way of letting those men off the hook for being predators. A lot of women were conditioned to protect. A lot of women, I'm gonna be for real. As a black man, I can say this. A lot of women have been conditioned to protect black men, even when they do vile things, because of what has historically happened to black folks and black men over the years. So they feel like I don't want him to go to jail, even though he should be in jail. He should be under that motherfucker. You know? So in order to stop cousin Ronnie and Uncle James from going to jail, we just gonna blame the little girl for being fast. And let me tell you something right now. Majority of the time, them little girls were not fast. They were either groomed sexually, um, they were violated and made to be hypersexual, and a lot of times they were not even hypersexual. These men had affinity for little babies. They lusted after children, and they took advantage and preyed on little girls. All right, because I don't care what nobody say, because the number one thing people said, um, the number one thing people said when R. Kelly got in trouble was that, well, it's the parents' fault because they brought the girls to R. Kelly. And I always said, you could bring a 14-year-old girl to my doorstep right now, and nothing's going to happen to that child. You know why? Because I do not sexualize little babies. I do not lust after children. I do not have an affinity for little girls. I don't. I don't even want a girl that's 18 years old, and by definition, she's legal. I don't even want a girl that's 21 years old, 22. By definition, they're legal. You know what I'm saying? So I can't understand how you would look at a 14, 15-year-old baby and want to be um intimate with a little baby. Something is wrong with you. So and then Lorraine say DMX was a predator in the movie Belly. Yeah, and that's why I don't like that part. I don't like that part of the movie. Cause it was dudes in the hood who justified he wasn't having intercourse with her. He was doing the other part because she was too young. And it was dudes doing that for real. It was dudes doing that for real. To as a loophole. Like what is no loophole around being a predator. Get the fuck out. Like, man, come on. But it was dudes, and yeah. You know what I'm saying? Uh-uh. So yeah, I think in general, yes, we as people, we as black folks have a tendency to want to protect people, um, problematic people in general. Yes, yes, yeah. Nobody, like you said, nobody said nothing about it. Nobody said nothing about anything, any of this. I remember, I promise y'all, I remember I saw this interview like a year ago. R. Kelly is on the couch with Aaliyah. And when at the time Aaliyah's with R. Kelly, she like 15 years old. R. Kelly about 27, 28. And people like, yo, the interviewers are like, there's a rumor that y'all are dating. Is there any truth to that? And I said, how are they comfortably asking a 15-year-old girl is she dating a 27, 28-year-old man? And like, it's like as if it's normal. But at that time, our society were conditioned to believe that it was normal for these grown dudes to be looking at underage girls in a sexual manner. Aaliyah wasn't 18 years old. She wasn't legal age. She wasn't 18. She was like 15 when she was around R. Kelly. So yeah. So I don't know, I'm looking at these things. But yeah, man, I know we kind of like went off into a whole nother tangent of other things, but yeah, that's just how it go on these live streams, man. We talk about all different type of stuff. I know a girl who worked with kids befriended a 15-year-old and hooked her up with her 27-year-old brother-in-law. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Yeah, you say Rose Ball say you see everywhere high school teachers messing with their students. Yeah, that is a thing. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. In my high school, one of the star football players when he was 18, he wasn't in school when I was in school though. Like he was like 4 or 5 years older than me. But it was always a rumor, like not a rumor. It was like really a real thing. It wasn't a rumor. The 18-year-old football star on the team was messing with a teacher at the school, messing with a teacher at the school. And because he was a superstar, people thought he was going to the NFL. He was going to go play quarterback. He was going to go play quarterback at Notre Dame. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he said next video we got to do Bleacher Report's top 100 NBA players of all time. Yeah, like that's why I don't never be getting all riled up about them lists. They do that to get people upset, to get people riled up, to get people feeling away about them little lists about who the top basketball players, and they intentionally put people low, intentionally put people too high, in order to get people furious, you know? So yeah. But anyway, man, what's up, y'all? How y'all feeling today, man? How y'all feeling? I'm seeing a lot of like familiar faces and some kind of new faces who I don't see on a regular basis. But I'm glad for y'all to be up in here. You gonna do a video about Gilly and Cam going back and forth? You just like I ain't, I was, bro, and I was gonna talk about Johnny Manziel getting into it, Aaron, because that was crazy to me. Johnny Manziel threatening to slap Gilly is wild. Cause slapping a man is worse than punching him. Like slapping him is like you don't got no respect. Like you like he is is like scum on the ground to you. Johnny Manziel talking about he gonna slap Gilly when he see him is crazy, especially because you don't like what he said to Cam. You cannot like what he said to Cam, but threatening to slap him and all of that. I don't know what I say. Yeah, Johnny gotta be. Is he back on that booger sugar? Cause that's crazy. And again, in videos, hello, in videos, Dahlia say the algorithm sent me your center response vid to Stevie Knight. I liked your vibe and been a fan ever since. I appreciate that, Dahlia. I appreciate it a ton. Thank you for subscribing, and I appreciate you liking the content. Hold on. Hey, yo, I went back to, I swear, I went and put in my name on YouTube because I kind of just wanted to see what came up. And the Stevie Knight video came up. And then I was like, let me go back to this video that Stevie Knight made about Center. And my comment about Stevie got like 700 likes. Because, boy, are you going to do a video about the girl? Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to read everybody's thing. Kid Carr said, are you going to do a video about the girl in DC going on a rant saying she like hood dudes of a good man? Then a few days later, her house was shot up with her kids inside. I had no idea about none of that, Kid Carr. I read where was that at? On the Shade Room or Instagram or Twitter or something like that? I had no idea about any of any of that information or the story itself. Oh. Citizen Morgan said, I binge watched a lot of your videos this past weekend. So impressed that I had to join your subscription club. I appreciate that, Citizen Morgan. That's love. That's love, man. I try to make content for everybody. So I kind of try to diversify the content up a little bit. When I first started the channel, it was me talking about sports primarily. But then the first video that I made that kind of got traction was me talking about Sierra and Russell Wilson's relationship. At the time, they were not married. I don't think they were married yet. They maybe they were married or just married or on the verge of being married. But then you had people that were fans of Future that were upset about them being together, and I explained why certain dudes were upset and you know why they were irrationally upset and why it was corny that they were upset. And then I saw like, man, so now I have a lot of women subscribers too, so I don't want to alienate them, so I want to talk about things that interest them as well. So I try to mix it up. Sometimes I ask y'all, what do y'all want me to talk about, so that I'm not making content that y'all be like, this ain't for me. You know what I mean? And some stuff not gonna be for everybody. But I still want to be able to make content that everybody can like, you know what I mean? That's something that I can make this content for this group of subscribers and that content for this group of subscribers. You know what I'm saying? SL say, and to answer your question from earlier, been a subscriber since 2018. Favorite video was the one about people listening to French Montana in the steel. Yo, man, I could y'all, I couldn't stand French Montana, man. I was completely puzzled at how he had such a humongous fan base. Like, I'm like, he get features from everybody. Why do he got like, I don't even know if he got a big fan base, but like, how is he always just getting all these like songs with everybody gonna just give him a verse? I was kind of amazed by that. He got to be a good dude. Johnny Manziel is smoking. He's smoking crack cocaine, thinking he gonna slap Gilly. Especially since Gilly look like he keep that tool on. Yeah, bro. Like, talking about you gonna slap another man. And you ain't even got no direct issue with him. You don't like how he talking to this other dude or what he said about this other dude career, so you ready to slap him. And listen, I disagree with certain assessments of Cam Newton, and we talked about it on a live stream. Well, I'm not finna be talking about I'm finna come slap the what about you. Like, no. I'm only gonna say something like that if it's involving my family or my children. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, like, nah. And sometimes I might say it jokingly when I know you're trying to be a troll and you're trying to be disrespectful towards black people, and then I'm gonna say it. But I know that if you trolling me, I know you'll call the police on me if I slap you. And then I'm not trying to be in nobody's jail, knowing I got these children to feed and take care of. And children, they require a lot. So I can't be gone up out of here now. The only French Montana song I know is Unforgettable. And Dahlia, let's be for real, Unforgettable because of Sway Lee's hook. That probably the only reason that you even like the song, because of Sway Lee. And my Chicago brother, Jeremiah, wrote that song. Jeremiah from Morgan Park High School, like myself. Shout out to Morgan Park High School, man. We got a lot of great alum to come through that school. Macy Jemison, the first black female astronaut into space, went to Morgan Park High School on the south side of Chicago, Illinois. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, Dahlia, Sway Lee made that song. Sway Lee made the song. Hold on. SL, it's my man. He say, I think you losing your job was a blessing in disguise as far as your YouTube channel goes, because I started seeing a lot more people showing up after you started streaming as well. It's cool to see. Man, I appreciate it, bro, man. I was just talking to my coworker about cause I'm working now, but I wasn't working for like 7 months. And then I was talking and I was like, when I had got laid off, like I was hurt, man. But it forced me to really not force me, because I love doing these videos and I love uploading on the channel and interacting with y'all. But it gave me a lot more time to do that. It gave me time to be with my kids, gave me time to put in work on the channel. And so it was a blessing in disguise, because before I got laid off, I was probably at like 8,000 subscribers, maybe. And during that time I was laid off, I got about an additional 12,000 subscribers during the time I got laid. During that 6-7 months I was laid off, because I was making content every day. Y'all were the ones that told me to start live streaming and how beneficial that is. And so, man, I appreciate y'all for even putting me on game about that, for sure. Let's see. My man G Willikers, I'm trying to make your thing come up on a damn, what the hell? Hold on, my guy. Now my thing acting funny. The chat acting funny now. Hold on, my boy. This crazy. They working against me. Hold on. I'm trying to get my dog comment on the thing. It's not even letting me do it. That's crazy. But G Willikers, I appreciate that donation, bro. He made a donation. You say you see that video of Lawrence Taylor speaking after being named the president fitness council. I saw him talking about some, I'm here to serve you, to Donald Trump. I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here to serve you. And I was like, man, I say, man, if he don't get up out of here, dog, like, hold on. T Dominique said, I'm so happy for you and how much your channel has grown. I appreciate T Dominique. You've been around for a long time. A lot of y'all have been here for a long, long time, man. And I appreciate it. Let me put your thing on the screen now, because the chat is want to cooperate with me. So I'm gonna put your thing on the screen now. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do it just like that. Oh, hold on. So my man's not coming in. What's the word, man? Yo, Black Mom. He probably not even on here. He probably walked away from the phone. Black Mom. We'll put him back on, man. We'll put him back on. Aaron, what's the word, man? Dang, can they not hit me? Aaron, what's the word, man? Can y'all hit me? Type in the thing if you can hit me. I don't know. Dang, is my thing not acting right? Aaron, what's the word, man?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
What's up, man? I can't complain. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. Can't complain. The whole thing about Chris Brown is like, I can't front. Like, I grew up on him, and his
Yeah, we
music
all
stuff.
did, man. We all did. Me,
we all
myself
saw his come
included.
up. But I also heard, like, I ain't defending the man, but I also heard that like Rihanna was putting hands on him too, and she sort of let him hang out to dry and shit while she was like flourishing and shit like that. Like, if anybody knows if that's true or not, confirm or not, but I heard that Rihanna was putting hands on him too. But back to what you were saying about holding him accountable, I think that's it's a lot of things that you're 100% right, because black women love them some Chris Brown. I feel like people let him sort of skate by or some things, and like with stuff like you said, Dr. Dre, Trey Songz, people like that, even Kanye West, from your hometown of Chi-Town.
Oh man, what? Listen. Hey, I've had. My bad for interrupting you.
No, it's your live stream. You go ahead and do what you want.
Um, you know, Chicago brothers are so mad at me for talking about Kanye. Like I didn't
Man,
care. Like I was going at Kanye, and it was not
man,
a popular thing to do here. But
that's
I didn't care because he was just on some clowned out stuff, and so many brothers here kept trying to make an excuse for everything Kanye was doing. But anyway, though, go
yeah.
ahead, man.
I think sometimes people are like our people are afraid to hold our people accountable because you don't want to be seen as, you know, seen as like taking the side of the opposition.
Yeah,
And trust me, you ain't the only one. I've been off of Kanye for a long time. Started
yeah,
off with that terrible ass Yeezus album. I don't care what nobody says. What anybody says, Yeezus was trash.
uh huh,
Dog water. Stupid. But yeah, I think people want to hold on to that, and I feel like Chris Brown flip flops. Like one day he's chill, and then the next day he is doing something crazy, and then the next day he's chill again, and then he's doing something crazy the next day. I feel
hmm.
like maybe he needs like some therapy or something, but
It got to be something. He needs something regarding that. Cause this
yeah.
the way he be ready to lash out, it's almost it's not as worse as because Nicki Minaj is like times Chris Brown
But
times six, times
but you
seven.
know why I feel like he's so ready to lash out because he was like public enemy number one for like the longest of time.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's still trying to reach back and reclaim like his good fortune because I'll be honest, like I was one of those I was one of those people that when he broke down on the Michael Jackson tribute back in like what was it 2010 I think.
Yeah, at the BET Awards. That might have
Yeah,
been, yeah,
yeah,
I forgot what year that was, but I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. When he was doing that, I was just like, okay, I feel like he needs that the attacks gotta stop now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Yep.
felt like he was, and then he started dropping some dope music,
Yeah.
and then later on, there was like from his situations with Drake and Frank Ocean and shit. I was just like,
Yeah, stuff kept continuing though. That was the problem. Like he kept doing stuff after that.
yeah,
Had he stopped right there and at that moment, that was the moment for his redemption. But then he wanted to try to jump Frank Ocean. I forgot about that stuff. So one of y'all commented under the video. I forgot about that. Frank Ocean.
yeah. I
Um,
think it was
he,
because Frank Ocean didn't want to give him a pound or nothing, and he was like, don't. He was throwing up the Crip sign in his faces, and Chris didn't take too kindly to that.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
this is
for
coming
sure.
from Sean Kingston, by the way. So
Yeah, yeah. And it was like other stuff too. Breaking the glass at Good Morning America. Also,
that one, I'm a little bit. I can't really. I can't give him too much shit about because they kept bringing up the Rihanna thing when he was trying to move on from that situation, and it was just like
but
it was
but
like
but Aaron, my fault for
you
interrupting.
good,
But
you
even
good.
when you get upset, you got to control your emotions, okay?
I
Because I can't. I could be upset. I can't go damaging people property just because I'm
I,
upset about
un-
something, though.
I understand that, but like that was what 2 years after the incident, and then he's just trying to make his comeback and get it right back into the good graces of everybody and everything, and they just kept bringing up Rihanna a lot. Like
For sure, for sure.
I feel
Yeah,
like if he would have stayed cool, it would have been all right. But at the same time, people keep bringing up shit that you want to forget.
for
You
sure.
know,
And I got
and
the rest of y'all. That's because I see some other people in the thing too. I got y'all coming on too. So yeah, man. But I in a gist of everything you were saying, yeah, it was. If I think certain things would have stopped after he did that performance, he would have been cool. But when you got restraining orders being put on you, you lashing out, trying to jump folks and all that, that's when it gets hard to keep defending you because you keep having situations after that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it gets a little hard to defend. But no, but Aaron, bro, I appreciate you popping on, bro. It's
Of
like it's
course.
a nice amount of other people in the thing, and I don't want to keep them too long. But I appreciate you popping in though, bro. It mean a lot to me.
Thanks for having me, dog.
Always, man. All love, man.
All right.
All right, yeah. Hey, hey,
Hi.
what's
Can you hear
going
me
on? I hear you well. Yep.
okay? Okay, good. Um, Not much. I'm just chilling.
Got
Um, I kind of wish Aaron was back on because I wanted to kind of like push back against him a little bit. He was saying how there was like rumors around the whole thing with Rihanna and Chris Brown that maybe she was putting her hands on him too. And I've
mm,
also heard people say, well, what did she say to make him react that way? I've been
yeah.
hearing that for years now, and I can only go off of what Chris Brown has said or what he has not said. And
Uh-huh.
correct me if I'm wrong, but he never said Rihanna did anything to him, or at least not that she put her hands on him. That's
I don't remember. I really
yeah.
don't remember like what was said in the gist of that.
Hmm.
And like what if he said she put his hands on him or not? I don't really recall. But
Hmm.
I do know I remember hearing something like the thing lasted for the attack, like all of that lasted for like a good 10 to 15 minutes or so. I don't know. But
Oh, so
yeah,
okay.
I'm not sure of how true that is or not. Like I gotta go back and like look over that.
Yeah.
Like the facts of that that whole situation. But I do know that even after the BET Award performance that he mentioned and all of that,
Mhm.
like that was a time for Chris to regain, like, a lot of the
That was them giving him grace, at least amongst
yeah,
black people.
yeah,
The fact that they allowed him to come on stage to do a tribute for Michael Jackson, who was like right up here. I mean, he probably lost it with white people. Like they're not gonna check for you after that. I'm sorry, you
yeah.
lost them. But for
Now,
black people, you has.
now see Dominique bring this up. Yes, now that she said that, I do remember seeing a clip or something that he did. I thought I saw something where he said he that she hit him first in
Oh,
the documentary that he did. Yeah, and from what I remember, was it about some girls texting him or something like that or something maybe like that? Maybe.
the case. It's awful.
Yeah. Some girls texting his phone, she hit
Yeah.
him, and then they went after that. But yeah, like
Mm,
and thanks for that clarification, T Dominique. But I do remember like at that point in the BET Awards,
mm.
that was his time for his redemption. He was getting everybody was like, okay, come on, Chris. And then he kind of kept doing stuff. Not kind of, he kept doing stuff. And
Yeah.
that's the issue when things continue after
Yeah.
that. Because if
Yeah.
it would have just been, if it would have ended at that, it's one thing. But you getting restraining orders put on you,
Yeah.
you jumping folks, you out here like you're getting you lashing out at anybody taking pictures with Karuchi because you upset that she moved on and you threatening them with violence. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I don't really check for Chris Brown like that. He's never been. I like him sweet. Talk to me sweet. So
Yeah.
like I don't like them roughneck types, but
Okay. I
I
got you.
get it. I understand the appeal. I really do. So it's not
Yeah.
a surprise to me that black women are still checking for him. But there's some black women who still check for R. Kelly. Like this man has been tried and convicted in a court of law,
Yeah.
and we still got people who are riding for him. So no, it's not a surprise to me. And somebody else said it in the chat where they were talking about. They said it's internalized misogyny, and that's part of it. But also, I
Um,
really genuinely think that Chris Brown is like their romanticized version of like their ideal type. And it's like they don't care what he's really like. They don't hear none of that. They don't,
yeah.
because he's telling them to their face, I do not like you. Like me, how I look, he would hate me. So he's literally telling them that, and they don't care.
Yeah.
It's not really about him.
It's kind of like I talked about people. This has nothing to do with this topic. Like when certain athletes get a certain amount of money,
Yeah.
they go for their preference regardless if the girl is into them or not,
Yeah.
they have their preference set in mind. They just want that. So it don't matter what the girl could show signs she not interested. I want this woman because this is something that in my mind, I've always wanted this image of a woman, and they go after that.
Yes.
Regardless of if the girl could be showing she don't like you like that, she's not really into you. I have to go get her because this is what I feel like I'm supposed to have. You know,
like that guy. I don't know his name. I don't follow football, but he's like the top prospect.
So and that's who I was speaking of.
Oh,
Travis
okay.
Hunter.
Yeah.
And that's I was thinking of him in my mind. When I was talking about it, because I mentioned that in the video about him. Yeah, Travis Hunter, excellent football player, and honestly, Travis seems to be a really, really good guy by all accounts. Truthfully, but that girl is what he's always in his mind. He's always wanted a girl like that. So she could show signs she wasn't interested in him for the longest. That is what he wants. That's what he feel like he aspires to get. So he gonna go to that. And I'm listening. You like what you're attracted to.
Yeah.
But I'm the type of person I like who like me. So so if you don't like me, I'm not gonna try to win you over.
But see how see, I didn't even clock that, but you gave an example on the men's side. And I think for us, sometimes it's hard for people to see how it works on the opposite sides, but the same thing is occurring. So just like it's happening on the women's side with somebody like a Chris Brown, it's happening on the men's side too. It's like y'all are just willing to overlook so much because this girl is your fantasy, regardless of what she's actually like.
Yeah,
like, no, you're the fantasy.
That is the fantasy that you've always aspired, is that you've always had and you wanted to have. Yeah. I'm gonna go. That's why men go for. They could know an Instagram model girl is not good for them, but in their mind, I've always wanted a girl like this.
Yeah.
So she's obviously could be using me for my money, but I have to have this girl because this is the girl that I've always wanted my entire life to be with and on my arm. So yeah, so that's definitely how that goes. But no, but Dahlia, I appreciate you. I'm saying your name right? Dahlia?
Yeah, you said it right.
Okay, I appreciate you popping on. The first time I've kind of seen you coming through the channel, so I'm like, I gotta get you on because you know, I go live. I try to go live at least every other day, if not every day, every other day though, because I work at night. So I try to go live every other day. So I'm like, man, I had some people that come on before, but I wanted to get you on too. The first time I seen you on here, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on and supporting the channel 100%. So yeah, anytime I go live, I'm gonna drop the link and then y'all can you can click on and come on anytime for sure.
Cool. Thank you.
All love. Let me try to get somebody else up here. All right. Hey, Black Mall, I see you, bro. I see you. I came to you, then you was off, but I got you. Hold on. One thing, and I got you after this next one. Oh man, Stephen B, what's the word, man? Why I ain't know this was you, bro? That's crazy. It said step, and I at first because it was shortening it up. But yeah.
You get me?
I hear you, man. What's up with you?
What's going on? You know,
hold on, South Carolina in the building, right?
you got 803 stand up, you know it. Yeah, boy. You know what it is, boy.
What's up, man?
No, just chilling, watching me a little Monday Night Raw. You know what it is.
Oh man, Raw be coming on 7 o'clock now.
8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock over here.
Oh, right.
Yo,
I'm tripping.
You Central Time.
You ready? Yeah. Okay. Got you. Bryce, you watching Raw 8 o'clock, boy. When I was a young pup, man.
Yeah.
But what's going down with you, man?
Man, nothing, just chilling, man. I had to send my daughter back home. You know, they start school this week, so I had to send her back, you know, to her mother. You know.
For sure. Yeah, man. I know that school, you know, trying to get them prepared for school and all that. I know it's a whole little process. I'm in the process of doing the same thing. So yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I was listening to you, know what I'm saying? I was on here about like what, maybe a good 10 minutes or so, something like that. So I already knew what you was talking about though, because you know Chris Brown is always the subject of a topic like almost every year, you know, and especially around the time when he's dropping an album.
Yeah.
Something always just happens to come up every time he drops an album, it's like, man, every time you turn around, it's somebody that's accusing him of something. And it's like, dang, you just can't let him live for nothing. There's always something going on, you know. Now, I was like, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you about to say?
I was like, now one thing I can say about him, is that he has a temper. Like, he got a temper. He got a temper.
And he got to control that too.
Yeah, that's his down. That's not helping with the situations that he's been in over the course of years, especially with the Rihanna situation, you know. And it seemed like people just can't let that go, can't let that live. It don't matter if you white or black women or white women, it don't matter. It seemed like they won't let it go. You know, they even went back dating, and still the women went after Rihanna for it, and you know, it calls for her to break up with him again. You know, but ever since then, they've been cool heads ever since then. You know, so it's like if she forgave him, she's hugging with him and all that stuff. I believe they did a song together too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. But
so go ahead.
But no, my fault for interrupting you.
No,
like, do you know why I made the video about Chris though? What happened?
Well, as far as like what happened, no. But I get what you're saying about how women just keep flaunting to him and stuff like that. Case in point with the pictures and stuff that he do, and they come around and they pay the money and they just have all types of ways that he's had hands on him, jumping in his arms, all types of dumb stuff.
No, so what happened was Chris has like he's doing his performances, the Breezy Bowl performances. He got like a statue on stage with him.
Right.
The statue was obstructing the view of certain fans that are seated in certain positions in the stadium. So the fans were on TikTok saying, hey, you know, they love Chris Brown. But unfortunately, it was in the way of their view. And so where their seats were.
Right.
Chris got wind of it. He started off good. He like, you know, I love y'all, et cetera, et cetera. I'm listening to y'all about the thing. But then he was like, other than that, please be humble. Telling them be humble about telling him that the statue is in their way. Like, right. Then he said, because I was about to turn into Briss Brown, you know, blood Chris Brown for a second. And I say to me, nah, Steven, that's some BS, some bullshit. Because telling them to be humble when we in this inflated economy and they paying their money. Chris being passive aggressive, he mad that they telling him that the thing is in their way. Right. Chris fans love him. They just want to see him perform. All they saying is, man, I wish we could see better. He getting mad. He don't want them to say nothing about that. He getting mad and getting like he ready to snap like that they said that. And I could tell by the way he responded. He started off cool and he started like he getting agitated that they said something about it. Right. I'm like telling them to be humble about them spending their hard-earned money in this economy where we gotta window shop in grocery stores now because stuff too expensive. Come on. All they want to do is want to see you. And that's it. But Chris be doing stuff like this because no matter how Chris talk to fans and how he get upset, people are still going to come see him in droves because they love him to death and it don't matter what he does. Because Chris has done a lot of things over the years after the Rihanna situation. They'd be like, yo, ain't nobody else can do this but him. Like in general, Stephen B. I will never forget. I always bring this up. Whenever somebody took a picture with Karuchi after him, Chris was ready to fight them. And crash out. They could not even be dating Chris. I mean, dating Karuchi. He ready to snap out. The dude, and even after that, there's been instances where Chris, like Chris be ready to fly off the handle at every single thing. And it's like, I mean, one time a girl said, I went to the Chris Brown concert, but the stage was a little high and it kind of messed with her view. Right. Chris told her, and I quote, don't be a lame. Pay for better tickets, basically, right? To see me then. And like, Chris, come on, bro. What, fam? Like, come on, bro. Like the stage was like, yeah, he just be he be doing too much way too much, bro. So it's beyond the Rihanna situation. He's had situations continue, and he get let off the hook for those things. Now I didn't talk too long, so go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
Oh no, you good. You good on that. I definitely understand that because two things can be good at can be right at the same time. Things like when he had what that was a woman accused him of essay and stuff like that. He came out with the messages and the voicemails and stuff like that to prove his innocence. But that doesn't negate the fact that you still have a problem, my man. You just won't let Karuchi go. I don't understand how you get that stuck on one woman, especially with the status that you at and the level that you at. Like they're trying to put Chris Brown, still trying to put him on Michael Jackson status,
And
still to this day.
and that's why I made the point he's not gonna be on Mike status
Yeah, he
because
ain't
of
gonna get there.
how he talked to fans, and like it's certain things Michael Jackson knew about stardom.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even if your fans telling you something about they can't see in the arena, Mike just gonna fix it. He's not gonna get passive aggressive like he want to snap on the fans for mentioning it. Even it was a point where one time it was a guy that was impersonating Chris, and he got similar tattoos that Chris got and all of that. Isn't it weird to impersonate somebody? Yes. But when you're a big star, it comes with the game. Michael Jackson had the most impersonators I've ever seen outside of Elvis Presley impersonators. Chris get on there telling the dude, "Are you missing a chromosome? I'll slap the shit out you." All of that, just because dude was dressing like Chris. And I say, now see, that's why he still don't understand good PR as an artist. He's been in his 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things you shouldn't say and you shouldn't be doing, even if you feel like that ain't what you shouldn't be. That ain't what you should be saying.
Right, and Genuine, back then when Genuine was out, when he first came out, but when he was out hot and popping and stuff like that, there was an impersonator up in Minnesota got caught, and I think he went to jail if I'm not mistaken. He went to jail for that.
What happened? A dude impersonating Genuine?
Yeah, he was impersonating Genuine. He got locked up. He locked him up for it. So,
you know that.
Yeah, but Chris Brown, man, he got to do a lot of soul searching, man. And the women that still run to him, I mean, if you want to listen to his music, go ahead and all that. But trying to flock to him, trying to still be all up on him and all this, that, and the third, that's on them. It's like, look, you probably, it could be one of the girls that was complaining about the statue and getting told on by him and stuff like that. They don't care. They still, he's still my boo. But like, what you think, Chris Brown? Like I always thought about him.
Yeah, that's how it works, man. And I was like, all my life in Black Mall, I'm finna get the Black Mall in a minute. My man's been in there in a minute. But this is the last point I'm gonna make. It was always corny for men to reveal, girls always say to reveal who you slept with if it happened in secrecy and privacy. Chris came out here telling everybody he slept with Karuchi when he dissed Quavo. And girls let it rock. And I'm like, man, Bow Wow could never do this. If Bow Wow did this, he would have been all type of corny. But Chris get a pass because he is Chris. Y'all just need to understand and leave Chris alone. I'm like, oh my God.
Did he not do that with Sierra?
Who?
Bow Wow. Did he not say something about Sierra while she was was this recent when he said something?
No, what happened? I think what you talking about was people was asking why didn't Sierra perform Like You with him at the BET Awards. I'm assuming that's what it was.
There you go. Yeah. That was it. But I think it was something way before that too, though. He said something that he brought up Sierra or something like that. And of course they went after him for that, you know what I'm saying? But you're right, they don't do that for Chris Brown. I mean, now Grant, I do be seeing on Facebook, I do see women saying, dang, Chris Brown, let it go. So I don't know what she did to him or what, man, but God damn, boy, I better not ever meet a woman like that. I'm scared. I'm scared, man. Don't bring it down here to 803, boy. I tell you.
Hey, listen, I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing, man. Look, I'm glad to be able to finally get you up on here, man. Most of the time I go live, you be at work, I think. So
yeah.
I'm glad I was able to get you on here, boss, man. I appreciate all the support, man. You've been supporting for a long time, man. Like I say, anytime I go live stream, if you ain't at work, when I drop that link, you click the link, I'm gonna bring you on, man. But I appreciate you calling in, though, boss.
All right, you already know, man. Hold it down.
For sure. We'll do.
All right, bro.
My dog, man. My
What
bad,
it do?
man.
That's all good, brother. How the hell are you?
I'm good, man. I can't complain, man.
Hey, I ain't gonna
Just
fix
doing this
shit
little last
anyway.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, hey, look here, man. You cooking on this Chris Brown subject. To be honest
Mm.
with you, I think it speaks to a bigger issue, not even just with the way we look at celebrities, but in the black community, one of the things that I hate that we do is anybody that we see successful, and by successful I mean with money, we tend to
Yeah.
turn a blind eye. Because even in the hood, let's just think about people we know some people who do some very all type of things, man, that aren't good. However, we grew up with them. They our folks. We turn a blind eye to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
it just is what it is. And I think
Yeah.
that's universal. However, when
Yeah.
it comes to celebrities in particular, we as a people, we've had so much taken away from us, and we really don't have anything. Like if you, regardless of like when it comes to every other minority, if you are Latin American, if you from one of the countries in Africa, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you still got whatever culture you came from to go back to, regardless of how you turn. And I'm not, cause shit go bad for them too. But
Yeah.
regardless of how bad it get, you still a Vietnamese American. You still got that Vietnamese culture. We don't have that as Black Americans. Our culture is American culture, pop culture. That's our
Mm.
culture. If we're gonna keep it a thousand, like that's our biggest asset and contribution as far as as far as what we have here, like everybody out here is imitating black people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
In pop culture. So whenever we see one of our pop culture stars come under scrutiny of anything, we always run to defend them. Always
Mm.
run to defend them. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
again, I feel like a lot of that has to do with us lacking an identity. Like we tend to, that's why we want to make everybody black, Mac. If you notice that, like
Mm.
everybody, even a person could come out their mouth and be like, oh, I'm like the whole Tiger Woods situation when he was like, I'm Kablasian or whatever the hell he said he was. We was, nah, nigga, you black. We got a dude saying that he ain't black, but we as black people going out our way to make a person who's saying that they ain't that based off us feeling like, nah, bro, you need to be this because we need something. Like we needed to be able to be like that's the first black golfer. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to
Yeah.
champion that. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I feel like the same thing with Breezy, bro. Like Breezy, take your pick, whoever it is, bro. Insert name here, even with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Now, the only thing I do want to say is the whole point about Michael Jackson. I want to say the only reason Breezy ain't gonna get the Michael Jackson status is because he's just in the wrong era. Mike was accused of some egregious stuff, bro.
Nah.
You know what I'm
That's true.
saying?
That's true.
And however, he was in a time period where it wasn't no social media. See, this is why, and it ain't even just Mike. Ain't no basketball player ever gonna get the Michael Jordan status for that
Yeah.
same reason.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
too much access to these celebrities now. We seeing them
Now.
tweet all day, post
Yeah.
all day. So nobody's ever going to hit that celebrity status ever again just due to the times. I don't feel like it got nothing to do with it because people been messed up people, you know what I'm saying, the entire time. You know what I'm saying? Elvis was a horrible person from what they say. John Wayne was. Like
Mm.
we can go on and on and on. Hell, Diddy, we seeing what Diddy going through now. Diddy,
Yeah.
this we so again, I feel like the era we're in now, Chris Brown just is in the era now where everything you do is on Front Street and you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't get swept under the rug like it was back then. You know what I mean?
Now.
So
Yeah.
I don't think that these people were better people at all. Like, I mean, again, I'm not trying to say all of them are bad. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
all of them,
I
yeah,
wasn't, and my argument wasn't that Michael Jackson was a better person per se,
right,
and more moralistically. Well, my
right,
point of saying that part was that he knew how to engage and how not to engage with fans, as far as
right.
like rubbing his fan base the wrong way or rubbing, you know what I mean? As far as like
Nah, I agree with
Mike,
that.
yeah, because Mike had a
Mike knew
problem
how
with
to play the
first of
game.
all, you
Mike
know,
knew how to play the game
yeah, he know
for
if he had a
sure,
problem with, and Black Dahlia even said it. If he had a problem with fans, we would have never known it because he would have never
for
said
sure,
it.
for
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? And so
Now you're
Chris,
right. You
yeah,
right.
yep. But
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I think that Breezy at the end of the day, like he suffers from what a lot of us suffer from, man. Like he's an immature person, you know what I'm saying, who
Yeah,
emotionally has not learned to evolve. Because that's what most of us sitting in jail for. Most of the niggas that's in jail is a bunch of niggas who needed a hug, didn't know how to say that, overreacted, and what happened. So what he's suffering from is a common thing you see. However, I feel he has the resources to be able to attack. That's the difference. He has the resources to be able to go seek help, to learn how to control those emotions, to learn how to know,
yeah,
nah, bro, you can't, this is not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
like I said, bro, you was cooking with no grease on this, bro. I totally agree with everything you've been saying on this one. You know, so I even agree with your point, like I said, on the Tyson joint last. I was up with you off the wee hours on that when you was cooking on that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you. I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only one on the island with that one, bro. Whenever the Tyson conversation come up, and I'd be like, nah, bro, he ain't even in my top 5 heavyweights ever. What?
Yeah,
You was like, bro, niggas get to going. You don't know nothing about boxing now. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
yeah.
now you tripping. But I'm like, so I just wanted to give you your flowers on that too, bro. You definitely been cooking, man. You know I'm here supporting, here with you. And next time you do one of them, I need to get up in here when you do one of them bronze joints. That's the one I'm waiting on. We
I
need to do it
bet. When
next
I do
time you
this
do
one,
one of them. I'm
I'm
in here for that one, bro.
I'm dropping the link soon as I do another Braun one. I'm dropping the link soon as the live stream starts, because I know it's gonna be a lot of people want to get up there with
Oh yeah,
that
for
too,
sure,
man.
for
But
sure,
even
for
but
sure.
even but even with the Mike Tyson thing, I think I think because it's YouTube and how I do in the video, I think it's coming off like I just hate Mike, and I really don't.
Nah,
Mike
not
is
at all, bro.
fantastic. Mike is fantastic. He was great for the sport of
Yeah,
boxing. We needed
got you.
a phenomenon like him to carry boxing after Ali and the other prior greats was gone.
Right.
I think my point was just to say that just being a
Skip.
boxing fan,
Yeah.
yeah,
His
yeah,
resume don't hold up. You
yeah,
wasn't you wasn't
it's
saying nothing but facts, Mac.
yeah. It was not. It's not. His resume is not the same as a lot of the other greats, even though he was really exciting. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
So,
for sure.
and then I'm seeing in here Black Dahlia. It's a lot of wrestling fans in here.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure,
For
for
sure.
sure.
I gotta get back up to my wrestling watching. Like y'all, I'll talk to y'all. I've talked to y'all previously. Y'all know when I in the late 90s, I'm talking about like 98, not 98 to like the early 2000s, 2004, 2005, I was a wrestling head. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, I've come and passively watched it recently. You know what I'm saying? So I got
Yeah,
to get back into it. Like when Stephen B said he about to watch Raw, I'm like,
yeah.
dang, I remember when I was watching that as a kid. So, yeah, man. But,
Nah, you and me both, bro. My sons watch it, so I from now I every now and then peek in it with them. But yeah, I'm with you.
yeah,
I wasn't locked in since Stone Cold was like that's my favorite wrestler ever. So him and Bret Hart.
Stone
So
Cold, yeah,
I just aged myself with that, but it's cool. Yeah, I was that's when I was I was
that was my,
tapped in. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that was
With
my
that.
era. Stone Cold, Rock, Kurt
Yeah,
Angle, Undertaker,
yeah,
Kane. Yeah, so Dudley
yeah,
Boys, Hardy Boys, that
yeah.
was my
Rob Van
organization.
Dam too. Rob Van
Yeah,
Dam. Can't forget that was
Rock.
my guy.
Yup,
Yeah,
yup.
Rob Van Dam.
Yeah,
So yeah.
so I gotta get back on that the wrestling thing so I can have some more wrestling conversation with everybody, man. But I appreciate you hopping on, boss,
Man,
man. For
appreciate it, bro.
sure.
You already know, man. You know I'm rocking with you, bro.
I-
Appreciate it.
All love all the time, man. For
All
sure.
right, bro.
Yup. Dahlia say now is a great time to get back into it. Vince is out, so a lot of the goofy racist stuff is out too. Triple H is in charge. I know. I watched Vince's documentary on Netflix like a couple of months ago. Mystic man. Yo, wrestling is such a professional wrestling is something, man. When I was a kid, I got into wrestling like from my older brother, God rest his soul, and then my cousins, and it's like soap opera for real. The like wrestling was great because of the wrestling and the storylines with it. And for the racist stuff that Vince had, some of them storylines, a lot of them other storylines was really, really were brilliant. and the setups for it was outstanding. And so as a kid, I couldn't wait to come home and watch Raw and watch SmackDown. Like The Rock was my guy. Like and like then you had all these different characters that I just mentioned with Black Maul, Rob Van Dam, or he brought up Rob Van Dam, the Hardy Boys, the Dudleys, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Kane. Like developing the backstory and the origin stories of these characters is really the creative team behind WWF, WWE at the time was phenomenal. I would say that. Yeah, man, I seen Jade Cargill. She was on there with what's my man hooping from Indianapolis, Jeff Teague. I think she came on there, did an interview with Jeff Teague and stuff. So I gotta check it out, man. I gotta get back into the world of wrestling for real. I kind of got back into it when the Bloodline angle was going on, when The Rock came back and he had Roman Reigns. He was with Roman Reigns and them. So yeah. Dahlia say Jade is a little weak on the mic. To really hang in WWE, you got to be strong on the mic or get a good manager. Yes. The Rock was strong on that mic, boy. I used to be like, man, how he coming up with this off the top of the head? He be saying crazy stuff. Stephen B said, I'm 39 years old. I was in WCW versus WWF Monday Night Wars. See, I didn't experience WCW like everybody else did. In retrospect, I wish I could have experienced that at the same time I was consuming WWF. I knew of the WCW wrestlers, but I was not immersed in the WCW world to know about Goldberg's winning streak, etc. These are things I learned at a later stage of life. Because studying that WCW versus WWF Monday Night Wars and all of that is really a cool thing to do when you like professional wrestling. So yeah, but I got, man, I'll be buying the wrestling video games and stuff. I'll be on there with Bret Hart doing the sharpshooter. Bret Hart, one of the best technical wrestlers that ever was to exist on planet Earth. Shout out Bret Hart, man. The Hitman. You're not removed from that. Hold on. Stephen B, I had No Mercy on Nintendo 64. No Mercy, one of the greatest wrestling video games ever made, bro. And that's on everything I love. My grandmama and granddaddy got me No Mercy for Christmas. Or it was for my birthday. It was either for my birthday or Christmas. My birthday, like a little bit after Christmas. Like 2 weeks after Christmas, my birthday. Is my birthday. Really like a week and a half. So I'm trying to remember which one it was, but they got the game for me around that time. And man, what? I'm talking about I was getting active on there. Ric Flair, The Rock, Stone Cold are the three best mic workers ever. How long? I'm trying to think, is there anybody else on the mic who I really enjoyed for real during that time? The Rock. He said Stone Cold, Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. Who else did I enjoy on the mic for real? Now y'all gonna have me going into the wrestling, the Rolodex in my head. So I feel so bad for the December, early January babies. They get no love. Hey, for real. I'm early January. So, I'm trying to think. My gifts was not a lot because it was right behind Christmas. So my mom and them would just literally save stuff to give me. Save stuff to give me for my birthday instead of Christmas. Kevin Nash. Shout out Kevin and Kevin Nash. He's Big Diesel. Hey, Razor Ramon was such a fire character. Razor Ramon, Scott Hall. I really thought Scott Hall was really Hispanic. And he is not. He's just a regular white dude. But Razor Ramon had you really think he was Cuban or something. The way he was coming out, all of that, man. What? Titanium Cranium grew up on SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain. I had Shut Your Mouth on PlayStation 2. Hey, man, them games was fire. We'll be on here all day talking about these games, man. For real. I appreciate the donation too. It mean a whole lot to me, bro. It mean a lot to me, bro. Somebody, and I think somebody, was it T Dominique, I think, sent me something on Cash App. One of y'all sent me something on Cash App, man. I appreciate it a ton. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the love and support y'all continue to show me. Triple H, the game. Triple H be in there talking crazy. And again, it's all the characters they had during the time. The Godfather, Road Dogg, X-Pac, John Cena, Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns. I love the women, but their mic is a little weak still. My girl Naomi getting a lot better. Gosh, I gotta see, Dahlia, when I was watching, man, women's wrestling was nowhere near as deep as it is now. The women's roster is plentiful. When I was watching wrestling, it was only a few of them. Trish Stratus, Stephanie McMahon, not no wrestler, but she had the belt. You had Jacqueline. Was it Terry Runnels? You had Molly Holly. You had Stacy Keibler. Like the Diva roster was not that deep. And China wasn't even really wrestling for the women's belt like that. She was wrestling the dudes. So now to see the women's roster expand like this is really dope to see. Because it was only a few women's wrestlers at that time period, you know? So I'm really I'm impressed with the women wrestlers and how they be doing their thing, man. For real. The Godfather might be one of the most blatant racist characters they ever did. The black dude, let's make him a pimp. Shameful. Hey, but you know what's crazy, Black Mom? You know that was his idea. He came up with that character. But they had him being a pimp, talking about smoking a fatty, smoking a joint, all of that. And it's like, man, that it was. But that dang on Vince McMahon them had some crazy stuff, boy. The Mexicools, they riding out on a lawnmower. Crime time is crazy. Crime time is crazy. That is wild. That is wild for real. Citizen Morgan say I was watching a China documentary here on YouTube this weekend and it was impressive. Hey, I thought China was dope, man. In retrospect, I seen Chris Jericho and them saying she wasn't no good wrestler. I was just impressed by a woman that was that cut up and stout. She looked like Xena, the warrior princess. And would be up in there doing all type of like picking dudes up and slamming them. Booker T. Shout out to the five-time. I hate how they had I ain't like how they had Booker T jobbing out like that though in retrospect. Now, when it happened initially, I didn't care because I was a WWF guy, so I didn't care. I was a little kid. I didn't care about the WCW guys. But in hindsight, man, to have Booker T out there losing like that after he came to WWF, he getting whooped by everybody, Stone Cold. He got in like 3 hits in that fight in the grocery store. To this day, I'm like, nah, they shouldn't have done Booker T like that. He had Booker T looking like he was just a goofy up in there. I mean, getting just getting mollywopped out to the grocery store. And that's why I get upset when Booker T refuses to act like he acts like he don't see the racism in wrestling. I get upset with him because, boy, did you see how they was doing you dirty? When you were supposed to win against Triple H, they did not allow you to get that belt. After Triple H said guys like him don't lose to guys like you or something, you know what that meant. He said something along the lines of that. They were supposed to have you win that belt. And you still lost to Triple H. Titanium Cranium, I appreciate the donation, brother. He said the Divas used to only be eye candy. Yes. Stacy Keibler now was only eye candy. Trish Stratus was getting shit. Trish was doing a lot of stuff, though. Lita and Trish was doing a lot of stuff. But like Stacy Keibler was strictly eye candy. There's a lot of them. Jacqueline was a wrestler. But a lot of them was just strictly for eye candy, period. They just wanted to see them in Brawl. Sable, bra and panties matches, and Vince was using them in angle so he can tongue kiss them on camera. Vince was trying to tongue them down on screen. He in there kissing Sable, kissing Trish. I said, damn, Vince, he gonna make this angle, boy. He gonna be the freak man on camera and tell Linda, I'm sorry, baby. This all in the, we gotta do this for the business, baby. We gotta do this for the business of professional wrestling, baby. Let me kiss this girl on camera. Don't trip. We got it. It's about the ratings, baby. It's about the ratings. Yeah, like Booker T, he get paid. I think he's because he still get paid by WWE. He don't want to say nothing. He act like he's oblivious to all type of racist stuff that people be talking about. And I get on his head about it. You know what I mean? He talking about Vince McMahon makes Diddy look like Mother Teresa. Tongue kissing for ratings is crazy work. He probably did say. He said we finna get active on camera. You hear me? And a young me was jealous of Vince McMahon kissing all them girls on screen. I'm like, he not supposed to be kissing them. I'm supposed to be kissing them on the screen. You hear me? But anyway, young me was like, why do Vince get to kiss all the girls? They revealed too much in women's wrestling. Hey, the stuff he was saying. Hey, no, do y'all know Vince tried to create an angle where Stephanie McMahon was supposed to be pregnant and Vince was possibly the father of her child? And Stephanie had to tell them, Dad, that's too far. I'm not doing that. Vince was willing to do that shit. He was willing to do that shit for the camera. He was willing to do it. He like, look, we gonna play this up for the camera, baby. I don't care. She had to tell her dad, Dad is too far. We can't do that. James, what's the word, man? What's good with you, brother? Glad to see you back up in here, man. Shout out to my dog, James, man. Well, King James, it say King James. I forgot the crown. King James. He named his what? Stephen B. What? You playing with me? He named his ding dong after Bobby Lashley. What? They had Stephanie doing the wildest stuff. Y'all remember how they punked her for her boob job? Hold on, man. They wow. Titanium Cranium, I appreciate the donation, bro. You showing a whole bunch of love, bro. It mean a lot to me. He said, I'm convinced WWE is handing Booker T hush money. Oh, he getting paid in it. So he's not going to go against them for anything. You know what I'm saying? It's times Mark Henry has acted like he didn't know what's going on at times either. Although he did mention him calling out a silverback gimmick they tried to give him. And he said, no, that's just crazy racist. I ain't doing that. But yeah, Booker T act like he don't know. He couldn't imagine why anybody would be saying these things about racism in the WWF. He act like he don't know what nobody talking about when they mention it. And to me, that's crazy. Cause boy, you know what the hell, sir, you know what the hell we talking about, man. Don't sit up here and play dumb. Hey, here go Black Mall. Hey, James, my dog. Don't do that. Don't do that. James, my dog. You feel me? Look, man, Black Mall say that. Do you know how many Mamba dudes be calling themselves Black Mamba? Be coming up in here on my channel. James is my man's 100 grand. James say WWE has been my entertainment for years, but it's disappointing they in bed with Trump. Man, it's not even surprising. The wrestling, most of them wrestlers are super conservative. From Undertaker to Triple H, Vince and them, man, they ultra conservative, man. Most of them dudes, especially them older dudes, especially, most of them are ultra conservative. To this day, I get pissed And when I heard Undertaker, recently I heard Undertaker say he had a lot of love and respect for Muhammad Ali, but even though he still can't get behind Muhammad Ali not wanting to go into the service and not wanting to serve in the military, because you got to serve your country. You know, that flag in his country. I'm looking like Undertaker, Mark Calloway. You don't get that shit up out of here, because the same country that they wanted him to serve, Muhammad Ali was in the Olympics for that same country and won a gold medal. And after he won the gold medal, he came home to Louisville, Kentucky, thinking he can eat in some of these restaurants because he got this gold medal. And they told him, no, take your black ass to another restaurant or go behind in the back. You can't eat up in here. After he didn't won the gold medal for the United States. So in the same country where Muhammad Ali is seeing his black folks being oppressed, being extremely marginalized, you know, being drugged through the mud. Why then would you expect? Why then Mark Calloway? Why would you expect Muhammad Ali to want to just valiantly serve in the military after that? That's crazy. Vanity Fair tried to get Roman Reigns to admit he voted for Trump. Roman dodged that question like Neo in the Matrix. I was low-key impressed. I guess Mark Calloway didn't know that black soldiers came home and got hung with their uniform on. You know, a lot of them be knowing stuff. They only care about how they feel about something versus how other people feel about things. And when other people have viable reason to feel those ways. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Undertaker's views is why they had to put in the bed. I'm never mad at white dudes talking like that. It makes perfect sense for them to be all patriotic. They can't understand why anyone would protest defending America at war. And I'm gonna get on Bruce Pearl too, because Bruce Pearl has been a coach of black men, a head coach of black men on the collegiate level, basketball coach for years, and he talking about Obama divided the country when Obama became president. And I'm looking like, bro, it's so many people that is mad with Obama, black folks, because they feel like he wasn't riding out for black folks enough. It's people that feel that way, right? So Obama wasn't being divisive or divisive. It was people that was upset that Obama became the president in the first place. And that was divisive to them. They felt like black people being excited about Barack Obama being president and Barack Obama's presence in the White House was a threat to their whiteness. And so they created that division. A lot of the conservative, anti-black white Americans created that division in their head. You know what I'm saying? In their head. So Bruce Pearl get up there talking about all the Obama divided our country. It was this and that. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. The white conservative men you hang around felt threatened by him being in the White House and black folks being excited about him being in the White House. And they, in their mind, said, oh my God, they're excited. They hate us now. You know, because a white dude wasn't in the White House no longer. You know? So yeah, man, it's quite crazy. Quite crazy. So did you see how President Obama's hair changed in 8 years from black to pepper? Yeah, man, that's stress, man. You become pepper. Hey, I got some gray hairs on me too, man. I might, man, my father gray, he got a lot of gray. So I don't, man, listen. Let's try to keep this black on my hair and on my face for as long as possible, man. I'm 32 years old. I want to be 38. The hair full of gray. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that, but boy, Dahlia, she say, I'll never forget white people calling Michelle a gorilla and bullying her when she was at a baseball game during the first term. Nah, they didn't cause that. Right, exactly. I remember that. People calling her a man, gorilla, all of that. So I'm gonna get on Bruce Pearl. Dahlia, thanks for reminding me of that. Titanium Cranium. I appreciate the donation, brother. Showing so much love, man. It's my dog. Said Undertaker sees history through white sunglasses, of course. Dead man, white sunglasses, for sure. And he only see as far as he's living and how where he lives. He said Clutch gave you great. When in doubt, blame LeBron James. Rich Paul and LeBron James are the reason why I got gray hair. Oh, my hair already. I got to get a haircut. Said we need a WWE watch party. That's a great idea, bro. We need a WWE watch party one day. That is a great idea. I'm going to do that with y'all, man. I'm going to do that with y'all. Y'all got me wanting to have fun for real on here. Dahlia say, drink your water, mind your business, and don't do crack. You'll be young forever. Yo, I was watching when I think of Dahlia's name, I shouldn't think about this. I was watching Power Book 4, Force, and the drug that they were selling in the first season was called Dahlia. That's what it was called. And I every time I see her name, I think about that. I shouldn't think about that, but yeah. Dahlia say, I love that idea. I love that idea too. Stephen B up in here, he making it click for me. I'm gonna have to get on here and do a watch party with y'all. Have some fun with y'all on here, man. For sure, for sure. But look, y'all, man, look. I'm finna eat me some food real quick. I gotta eat me some food, relax my mind before I had to get out this crib in a few hours and all of that. But I appreciate y'all. We had a lot of fun today on this live stream. I thank everybody that came in here to come and rock out with me. Everybody that sent donations. Everybody that just came to rock out, because y'all could have been anywhere in the world. Y'all was on here with me. And I always appreciate y'all for that, man. Shout out to everybody that got on screen with me and talked to me and got on stage with me. We're gonna keep this going, man. We're gonna keep building this thing up properly in the correct way. I'm gonna keep making content that y'all like. And I'm gonna ask y'all what else y'all want me to talk about. So I'm gonna put it in a post in about 15 to 20 minutes. And then y'all tell me what else y'all want me to talk about on the channel. Y'all want me to discuss, and we could do that. But it's all love, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good rest of the night. Peace.